we're back out here again, another day, another unit. We are up in Rome, Georgia. The sun is out, but it's cold out here. I actually got 2 units here. He just took the lock off. I just opened it just enough so I can make sure it was the right unit. It is. We'll pull that open here in just a second. But it's a Saturday, so Ann and Leah are both working back at the store right now. And I brought Billy, my son, and his friend JC. They're ready to help me load this thing up. But this thing's a 20-footer, 10 by 20. This one is packed full. And let's see what I paid $280 for this one. So, you know, not a whole lot. There's probably going to be some trash in this one, but I think there's going to be some good stuff. Like, look right here in the front. We got these old antique irons that were right here in the floor. And so we're going to hit this one, and then we will move on to the next one. But we got a big 26-foot truck, empty, ready to go, and we're about to start loading her up. So let's open the door all the way first. Let's see, look. We got a turtle in here. There's the turtle shell. Look, it's like on a cooktop. Were they cooking turtles? Maybe they were cooking turtles. I don't know. Ladders. This looks like it's bigger than 20 foot to me. Let's see, 10. I think this is like a 25-footer. I don't know. It's a massive amount. It's a ton of stuff. Hopefully we can squeeze all this on there and the next one, because that thing goes further back than 20 foot, it looks like. But anyways, we got a fridge. It's a Samsung, but it's dirty right here in the front. And we still got food. We got food in here. We got toilet paper. Nice and stinky.
Okay.
But if this thing works, it'll clean up. Oh, look at that. It's actually not it's a fairly new one too. We got a couple flat screen TVs here. A Coke, one of the Coke banks. Oh, look at this. Hold on. I think we got a little money in there. Okay, not much. Probably like $1, maybe $1. Extension cords, but as you can see, a lot of the stuff, a lot of dirty stuff. We're probably gonna find more dirty stuff in there, but I'm hoping we're gonna find more stuff like this right here. But I mean, the fridge, the microwave, if they work, they'll clean up. We got a couple ladders here. Maybe some older project pieces. I don't know. Oh, I can see right here. I can see one of those big wooden cheese boxes. It looks like some bottles, a bird cage. Basically all kinds of stuff. But we're about to get busy because we got a long ways to go here. They're both looking back there. They're like, what did we get ourselves into? Yeah, here's a little Starcaster amp, but oh, the knob here is broken off. See, the other unit I got, it's got some amps in it and some guitars in the front, so I'm almost wondering if it could be the same person that has multiple units. We will see, maybe. Just a shipping label though?
Yeah, it's just a shipping label.
All right, we got a mystery box here, just a plain brown box. What is it?
Oh, it's literally what probably was in it.
Disposable nursing pads. Oh, okay. That's for breastfeeding stuff. That's not a fun mystery. All right, just move this dirty little cabinet here, and of course behind, we already saw these cords, but it looks like there's tools, but I mean, these things right here are pretty much just scrap. But right here, here's an old, look at this wooden Coke crate here. That's neat. And then this crock right here is really nice. It's got ducks on it. It's got some cracks in it and stuff, but all these crocks always done good for me. I think this is oil lamps here based off of, yeah, I can see the top of it now. But there's other pieces. Look at that, that's pretty cool. It's got the blue tint and then the globes there. I think there's 2 oil lamps in here and then the matching globes. Billy just pulled out this umbrella. Look at this thing. It's cool. It's a comic strip umbrella. You got Garfield and Dilbert. You got Peanuts. That's pretty neat right there. Got the tag still hanging on. Don't think they ever actually used it. All right, we got the old wooden cheese box here. Something in it. Let's see. We got a little bit more money, pennies. It's all pennies. Pennies in there. Just odds and ends. There's an old Cub Scout, old Boy Scout piece there. Some brass. Not much going on really. Another knife. Let's see what this is. It's like a little tie clip, maybe, I think. Oh, here's a Zippo. Zippo lighter. Bunch of little charms. An eagle. Oh, this is a belt buckle. Eagle belt buckle. So some junk, a couple little goodies in there. All right, we got the crossbow here. Center point crossbow. Yeah, pretty tight. Might need to be adjusted. But moving on here, more bottles and stuff. This feels like it's full. What is this? Draft filling station. But we got several old bottles. But right, oh, what is this? Oh my goodness! Here's a jar, mason jar. It's full of something really, something dark colored. I don't know what that is. I don't know, but I got something sticky on my finger now. Nothing really in there. I'm trying to get to, it looks like an accordion right here. Oh, it's calling on me. Okay. There goes some glass. Oh my goodness. It's all jammed up here. Yeah, accordion is in rough shape. Like most everything in here is. Camerano, but as you see right there, that part is chipped there, but a Camerano accordion. Here's the other box that was up there near the accordion. That's kind of cool. Somebody carved that. Got a Mickey figure. Man, its nose is pretty messed up. Little flying pig bank. Got a little bit of money. Once again, mostly pennies. All right, we got a it's like a homemade little hatchet. It's got a hammer side, hatchet side, but it looks like they made it out of a pry bar. Like they took a pry bar and then welded maybe these onto it. I don't know, but that's what that looks like. There is like a pry bar. Oh, look, we got the whole Mrs. Butterworth's bottle there. That's neat. And other stuff. There's looks like Avon bottles in there, which aren't really worth much, but so many. Oh, here's an old Skell. This is cool. Old vintage Skell. But green glass there. Here's a jointed. Is it jointed? I think it's a jointed bear here. Probably a Boyd's bear. It looks like. And no telling what else is going to be all down in here. Yeah, there's a Red Ryder BB gun. I can see the Red Ryder logo right there. All right, this suitcase is full of stuff right here. I just got down. Oh, look at, oh man, this is awesome right here. Look at the cast iron mammy bank here. This is neat. These do really, really good in the auction there. And then look at this glass head. I've had these before too. And these do really good for some reason. The glass head bottle. That's cool. And then we got an old Elmo, some old stuff, but the glass head and the cast iron bank are pretty neat there. There's an old doll in here too. Oh, look at this doll. Okay. You're zipping it, I think. Or is that the expanding? There you go. There's a shopping bag in there. Shopping bags. So, not much it looks like. What is that?
A pipe blaster.
Pipe blaster. Maybe in there. Oh, like cleaning out pipes.
Clear block drains.
Oh, it's a toilet drain cleaner. Okay. What do you got there? A cane?
I'll try that at home. 2 canes. 2
canes? Look at this cane. Okay, I thought it was fancier on the top.
Oh dang, it's not in there.
As you can see, we've made a little bit of headway here, but man, There's so much stuff crammed into this thing. But the volume is where you'll make the money here, because I mean there's a lot of rough stuff like this, really rough shape. But I can still sell this as a project piece, but there's just so much of it. Let's see if there's stuff in the drawers. But yeah, so much of it that it'll just add up. All right, we're finding more canes. Billy, show them this cane. We got a rear view mirror. We got a horn. There you go. That's by the time we get done with this unit here, I'm gonna need that cane, I think. Oh, look at here. We got an old Wendy's bear. This was 1986 Wendy's. Look at that, Bill. If you had a Happy Meal back, probably not a Happy Meal. It's actually a Christmas one. This is one of those things, like if you bought a value meal, then you could pay like $2 or $3 and get this or something. I don't know the exact deal. I'm just saying something like that. All right, so this cobalt saw here, I was like, well, that's a pretty nice saw. But then of course you get right here and cord's been cut, so
They're probably like.
All right, we're pecking away still. This shelf right here, this is actually it's in pretty good shape. It's got a lot of cosmetic wear, obviously, but all the little spindles and everything, nothing is broken. So pretty nice vintage shelf. There's a lot of pieces and parts to stuff, some pretty rough stuff, but and at the same time, you know, we're finding a little treasure mixed in. The washing machine that we just put up there, it's dirty on the outside, but it's a fairly new machine. And here's the dryer. Let's see if it's a match to the washer. Yeah, see, this is the matching dryer. It's a GE, and the same thing, it's not crazy old. As you can see, it's pretty clean on the inside. It's just dirty out here. So this is a pretty nice set. I'm probably going to put like 300 once I clean the setup, 300 to 350. So potentially the washer and dryer could pay the initial actual, you know, bidding price of the unit there. All right, we got a mystery cedar cabinet here. Oh my gosh, it's a bunch of blankets and stuff stuffed in here. There is a wax look doll here. You want that? Yeah. There you go. That's, you want this or pay for helping me today? You want this? Both. All right, we are working our way back more and more. Some of the furniture was empty, but some of it is completely full. Like, look at that, it's busting out of the back there. And the full stuff is really heavy. Lots and lots of junk, that's for sure. But we are squeaking out a few good things here and there. I think this is going to be a nice metal glider there. Decent little clock. Well, the hand's hanging there. Oh, it's all pulled out of the back. So junk clock, but somebody can play with that. Pretty cool mechanical clock here, but just like almost everything in the unit, it's a project piece because it's missing one of the front feet there. But still a cool project piece. It's got all of the mechanics and everything in here. A lot of nice trim on it. So lots more furniture. Most everything, almost all the furniture in here, project piece, except for this glider here. This is probably, we got it down and off. One of the few things that's just kind of ready to go. Just needs a quick wipe off, but that's pretty nice on the metal glider there. So back here in the back, Billy said he just found a prosthetic leg, so let's look and see. Oh, it's a Dale Earnhardt. It's a Dale Earnhardt leg. It's got a boot on it. And the wooden thing, I don't know if they had this thing mounted to the wall or what, but look at the leg here. Oh my, you know what they were using this as? A flower pot. Look, they had a plan in it.
It was probably someone's leg they had and they used to.
So we have, this is as redneck as you get right here. Look, Dale Earnhardt prosthetic leg and an old boot, using it as a flower pot. There you go.
Can I dump the dirt out on this?
Yeah. Another mystery box. Got blankets on the top, and then what? Random treasures on the inside. A carousel horse there. I mean, there may be some good once you start digging through it all, but it's a little piggy lady salt and pepper shaker. I don't know. On that one there, I don't see nothing too great right off the bat, but you never know once you dig in. Here, put that back in.
Is that a burger blanket?
Did they put their trash in here? Oh no. Rolled up clothes. The trash can's a good trash can though.
Looks like there's a food blanket in there.
A food blanket? Okay.
I mean, like a blanket looks like food.
Oh, this is a. Oh, that's a nice little, like a little vanity chair. All right, we are all done. I stopped filming because this thing was just so loaded down. We just had to spend every moment we could loading it to get done. As you can see, this is the big 26-foot truck, which is, it's longer obviously at 26 foot, but it's a taller, bigger truck, and we still almost completely filled this thing up out of this one unit. It was packed pretty much from floor to ceiling all the way back, but we finally made it. I'm gonna pay for the other unit and go look at it. I might throw one or two things if there's something good I just want to take now, but I'm gonna have to come back and get that unit. But I want to look at it just to kind of see what I need to bring back here, because sometimes it's hard to tell when you just look at the picture online. All right, we're over at the other unit. This one is a smaller unit. It's half the size. This is a 10 by 10, and I paid $310 for it. So I actually paid $30 more. But that other unit, man, that thing was a monster. It was a 10 by 20, but it was full all the way to the ceiling, all the way from front to back, and there was just so much stuff in it. A lot of stuff in rough condition and a lot of junk, but the volume of that thing is just so ridiculous that money will not be a problem. It's just hopefully we don't just spend a lot of time just dealing with, you know, a lot of garbage, and hopefully we find, you know, enough, you know, some cool stuff hidden in there that kind of makes up for the amount of time and energy and work involved in that one, which I think we will find a few cool things. But here's this one. This is another kind of, you know, it's gonna look junky, but I'm hoping that this one has some cool old stuff in it, just from a few things that I saw. And oh my gosh, there is way more stuff in this thing. Golly, hold on. I can get the door to stay open. It's actually a 10 by 15. I should have just been on this one and just left it at that. This door will not stay open though. Hang on a second. All right, I got the door propped up now with this big long roller, but look right here, this is awesome. The Noid, the Domino's Noid. It's a little, you know, can't talk, suction cup thing. Let's see what the date they have on that thing. 80 something, 90 something, 1988. This would be cool to stick on my window and just drive around. People would either be like, what in the world is that? Or, you know, don't know exactly what it is depending on how old they are. But right here we've got an old jug here. Henry McKenna, Fairfield, Nelson County, Kentucky. Bourbon whiskey bottle. That's pretty neat. I thought this little, even though it's in rough shape, but it's in really rough shape now that I see it up close, I thought this little tricycle was kind of cool. And dirty mattresses. Back there in the back, I see lots of old wooden chairs. I see a Braves jersey. I'm wondering if there's going to be maybe some vintage clothes. But if you look, now a lot of these are in rough condition, you know, would be projects, but we've got one guitar here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can see 6 right here. 7, 8. I mean, some of these, most of these are just, like I said, just project pieces. Just, you know, ones that somebody could maybe make into something nice. That needs strings, needs a little cosmetic work. Where were we at? 6. I think we're at 8 right here. I think that's where we are. So I can see 8 right here. And then when we look up in that corner, I can see 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then I see 14 right there. And I'm pretty sure I can see 2 right there. So at least 16 guitars in the unit. Maybe a good bit more once you get in there. This couch, this love seat right here, it actually from here now, I can't see it all, some of it's covered up. it looks like it may be in pretty good shape. So, and then we've got, looks like there's a PV amp right there, and then there's another amp down below, and then another amp there. So we got some guitar amps. We got the trunks here, we got mystery containers. So this is one kind of rough around the edges for sure, but I'm kind of interested to see what we might pull out of here. Let me see if I can kind of squeeze back in here a little bit and see anything from a different view here. There's another guitar. So there's 17. Let me see. I think there's another one back there. There's going to be over 17 guitars in here. So here's a little heater. But yeah, there's two PV amps right here. A little lantern. Here's another cool jug. Here's some kind of see if I can get it out of here. Looks like a covered wagon. There's stuff kind of around it. What is hooked up? Here, hold on 1 second here. This is tingled up. All right, it's a lamp. Let me get out here a little more light. I mean, it's not in perfect shape. It's got a few chips and nicks in it, but you could actually fix that. But look, this is pretty cool. It's a covered wagon, and it's actually got like 2 oxes pulling it. Lamp. It is, I think it is actually broke back there, but still cool nonetheless. And what is this? I think this is like, it might be like a raised garden thing. Not 100% on that, but that's what I'm thinking. Something along those lines, but it's the galvanized metal. Can't really see much else from right here. There's not a lot of climbing I can do without really just stepping all over stuff from that point. See a quilt. No telling, but it's similar to the other one, rough around the edges. I think you're gonna find some cool stuff. Here's another. I guess there was a clock in there at some point. I don't know. It could have been the same person's unit. I mean, it has a little bit of the same feel to it. Not quite, but there's a Pull-In Pro chainsaw. It looks decent from here. Well, this is a whole nother load for sure. Goodness gracious. Ugh. And look at right here. Look at all this cast iron. Hold on, let's see. 8-inch skillet, USA. Number 9 or number 6? Number 6, I think. Number 7, 10.5 inch. What does that say? Benjamin something? I don't know. It's hard to read that writing. 10-inch skillet made in Taiwan. Oh, and then we got a cornbread skillet here. Cornbread skillet, literally says it on it. I don't know if they usually say it on it like that, but that one does. Wait a minute. Okay, thinking this is the same person's unit. Here's another prosthetic leg. And you look, cast iron kettle there. Oh, here's 2 more cornbread, the long cornbread pans. I'm thinking this is the same person. So, they're both kind of messy and same look, but it's weird that there's all these guitars in this one unit and there wasn't anything in that. You'd think maybe there'd be one guitar or something like it, but so all right, well, I'm about to head on, and I'm just gonna, I was gonna put a few things on here, but this is just a whole nother job for a whole nother day. We will come back and see what we find in here. All right, just that is the same clothing rack as in the other one. So this is the same person's unit here. So I just figured that out. Also, that thing up there, that's the base for this. Just figured that out too just now. So same people, just a little bit different type of stuff. It looks like that they slightly different type of stuff that they threw in this one here. All right, last time I was here, it was Saturday with me and Billy and his friend. We were here loading the other unit, and we filled that 26-foot truck all the way to the brim. That 10 by 20 unit was just loaded. It ended up taking up the whole truck. So now it is Monday morning. I'm back here. I'm by myself. I gotta finish this, well, not finish it. I gotta start and finish this 10 by 15 off. Put it in this truck right here. The big truck I just got parked right now. I had to just rent it for another day or two and come up here and get this one, because this was the last day for this one. So I had to come get this one all taken care of. But gonna load it up. It's a lot of stuff, but I mean, it's not packed like the other one. That other one was packed all the way to the ceiling. So about to load it up and see what kind of interesting stuff we find. See how many more guitars we find. But like I said before, I think I figured out this. Pretty sure it's the same person's unit. We got a prosthetic leg. The other one had a prosthetic leg. And that clothing rack is the same exact type. It's the same size. And then when you look on the bottom, it has that black mesh just like those other ones did. So pretty much sure this is the same person. And that has an overall similar look, you know, kind of a junky look like that one did. But let's dig in. All right, we've cleared some stuff off of this first trunk here. Let's see if there's anything in here worth anything. Let's set it on over here. It's kind of bumping up against that table when I try to open it. Ooh, man. Definitely not in the best of shape. Elvis Presley. Okay. They've just kind of shoved some 8-tracks in it. It does have the Elvis Presley 8-track, and then they shoved a Jim Reeves and Donny Osmond 8-track in there. What's going on here? We got a little Elvis TV tin. Kind of cool looking. I mean, a little souvenir type thing. And then an Elvis ashtray. It's a junker for sure, but once you start looking in there, you can find some cool stuff. Oh, look at this. This is neat. This thing's kind of tangled around it, but look. But it's broken, like a lot of things, not in perfect shape, but it's still pretty cool. This cast iron John Deere tractor does have a broken wheel on that side. Got some mold and mildew going on down in there. Some Elvis Elvis plaque here. There we go. Got an Elvis knife, a collectible knife. What kind of money is this? Not sure right offhand what country that is. Then we got another little Elvis tin and Elvis cards. Elvis something here. Let's see. Elvis watch. There's something else in here. Elvis. Oh, look at this. Oh, Elvis blue suede shoes, salt and pepper shakers. All right, so a little bit of an Elvis collection in there, in the tin here. Some rough stuff, but some good stuff mixed in also. Another old trunk. It was up underneath that other one, so let's see what we got here. What in the world? Let's see. Little jugs from Silver Dollar City, but it's a little damaged. I believe this is for cobbling. 1977 yearbook. An old dictionary. Man, that thing is just falling apart. Whoa, it's one of those big ones. The one that's like 6 or 7 inches thick. It's kind of cool looking though. Lots of paperwork. Let's see what we're gonna have underneath some of this paperwork, maybe. Sunflower handles. Pastimes. World War II memories. It's an old scrapbook. It's an old tambourine there, kind of falling apart. Okay. There may be something done in there, but this is kind of a mess to dig through at the moment. Not looking real promising there. Microphone, I guess this is the one. Old microphone, unidirectional dynamic microphone. All right, some goodies. More cast iron on top of what I had already showed you when we first opened the door. Nothing real good, but I mean, any cast iron typically does good, but no Griswold or Wagner or nothing like that. Got some farm pieces. We got the jug here, another one. I don't think I showed this one with the eagle on it here. I think I did show this one, the George Dickel whiskey one. Big chain here. Chain does good. Chain's pretty expensive if you go buy it. So you can see we're finding stuff. I'm finding stuff like this. Old jars, some cool looking jars here. That one says Woodbury. That one's pretty neat there with the design on it. So finding, you know, old stuff, old jars and stuff, but then also just a lot of junk, like a busted speaker. I mean, that's scrap. Just junk like that. Some old tools. Some of the tools are just like this, I think might be good. Some of the tools are just worn out and pretty much scrap, but there is some good ones mixed in also. And just some junk, like there are some rusty old screws down in there. So good and bad old yearbooks. So that's kind of the deal so far, and that's going to be what we're going to find the whole time. Good and bad, all mixed together. Like all units are like that. Then some of them like this though are more extreme, where you find it's just complete garbage and busted up broken stuff, and then you find some cool old stuff, unique stuff mixed all within. So you got to really dig through everything. This thing is not pretty, that's for sure, man. It is a lot of crap in here. The little love seat, once I got everything out from around it, has a lot of wear and peeling and stuff all on the edges. And look at these tools. Let's see if we can. I'm opening it. Very rough shape. I mean, there's going to be some stuff we can pull out of here. These cutters right here, which are they working? Let's see. Yeah, it's closing. So there's a little knife, a little cheap knife, but I mean, a lot of rusty junk, a lot of just dirt and debris. These I can't open right now. I'm gonna have to pry them open. If you look in here, look, tools, but man, it's a rusty mess. All these amps, I'm thinking most of these amps were probably ones that didn't work, that he was collecting. Thought he was gonna fix them, I don't know. But look at this, big mess. Like I said, there's a few things here and there, but man, there's a large percentage of garbage for sure in this thing. This is just a big tangled up pile back here. Another kind of wagon, but it's buried under some stuff there. We'll see here in a minute when I get it out. All right, there's something underneath this blanket. I thought it was just piled on junk, but there's something like a statue or something along those lines. I don't know. What is this? What? Oh, okay. Invacare, okay, it's some kind of a lift, like a medical lift. Okay, I didn't know what it was. I felt, I'm like, man, there's something harder under there. It's like I thought it might be a statue of some sort. This unit is kicking my butt because, man, when this stuff is loose, it just takes forever to load. You get all these big tangled up messes and you're just picking up. But to get all the guitars out, started putting a few in here. Most of them are in pretty rough shape. I mean, but most of them are salvageable, where they're mostly intact. They're just a lot of cosmetic wear. Most of them have no strings, you know, and just need some help. But they're ended up, you see back there, there ended up being 28 guitars. Here's the rest of them here that I haven't put. I mean, some of them, that's like extremely rough. It's just kind of definitely project piece. And then you have a few of them here that are in all right shape. This Encore right here, it's actually not horrible. This one here is not horrible either. A few of these here, Crescent. I don't know what you call this, you know, what kind of guitar or instrument you call this. Bina. Musical stores, Bina something Delhi, so like from India. But 28 of them, in from horrible to fair condition at best on these things. But you know, even the ones that are rough, you know, they can still be sold, because somebody could take, you know, one like this, put strings on it. See, like you need, I don't know what the name of that piece is there that turns. Do a little cosmetic work on some of these, and I mean, there's a fender right there. And either A, get a working guitar, even if it's just for a beginner, or B, you know, turn it into some kind of decor, or I'm sure there's different projects you can do for these things, or maybe even, you know, hang on a wall, or maybe turn it into something different. I don't know, turn it into a birdhouse there with a hole in it. Maybe people are doing that, I have no idea, but something. But otherwise, yeah, like I said, this thing is, I've gotten the bulk of everything out, and I've still got to get that out in this, and then I'm left with all of the crap just laying everywhere. I mean, it's these ones like this, I mean, they're not my favorite. You still find stuff that makes money, but I'd much rather just have everything in containers and boxes. It's enough work getting everything loaded when it's in containers and boxes, but when you have it all like this, it just goes on and on and on and on. I mean, you try to, you know, put stuff in boxes and bags, but you have to pick everything up and shove it into boxes and bags, and it's crazy how much longer it takes. But let me get busy, see if I can finish this thing off. Maybe find some other stuff. I see an air compressor under there, but I don't get too excited on anything of this unit, because a lot of times you'll see something, and then when you get uncovered, half of it's missing, the cord's cut off, it's broken, you know, whatever the case is. All right, I was about to start taking the clothes off of that rack back there, and found a couple things to keep for myself. A couple plaid button-ups here. They're brand new. They're from Dollar General, but they're brand new, and they're kind of like the pattern on them. And then here's a golf shirt right here. I think I'm gonna keep. I don't know. I can't tell if it's got stains on it or if it's just, I don't know. It might be stained up on the front. It's hard to tell. The sun's hitting and it's making it look weird. But anyways, and then look at this right here. I'm not keeping this, but this cool vintage, like Coke jacket, like a Coke delivery guy's windbreaker there. It's pretty neat. All right, I had counted 28 guitars. I thought this might happen. One more back here, 29 hidden behind this headboard. So 29 guitars in the unit. Too bad they're not all in great condition. That'd be a real score. But this unit, knew that wasn't gonna happen. I guess this is a swing right here. It's kind of cool. Wooden seat swing, but here's where I'm at. This is what is left. Mostly just a bunch of garbage scattered on the floor here. And it takes forever to clean these up. Anybody that's ever cleaned out units knows what I'm talking about. If you've ever got one like this where it ends up all this loose stuff, feels like it just goes on and on and on and on. Just a moment ago, found one more guitar, number 30. It was actually it was a kid's guitar, but it was wrapped up in a blanket. I already brought the blanket out here, didn't even realize it was in there. I picked the blanket up and the guitar fell out. So 30 guitars, and I'm trying to squeeze this last little bit of trash into these couple little holes that I've got left on the truck here. All right, so I got both of the units back to the store here. The bigger unit, the first one we did, it's still on the truck at the moment. I got to unload that tomorrow. The second unit, smaller one, I went and got by myself. Me and Ann just unloaded it today. Here's all the stuff from it, besides a couple big items, but this is all the small stuff here. Guitars, and it's pretty rough. The stuff is, you know, really rough shape, but there is good stuff to be had. Got a little goose here and the jugs, and you know, some of the stuff I've already showed. When you go through some of these boxes and containers, and you might go through one where all of it's trash or 90%. You might go through one where most everything's just dig, but then you find some really cool stuff also kind of mixed in. And that's how the bigger unit is too, but the bigger one was a little more organized than this. This one was more kind of just everything just thrown in there. The other one is at least mostly, you know, boxed up for the most part, and, you know, seems like this was more like the guy's personal stuff, you know, and some of the garage stuff, and the other one was more like when the house actually got packed up. But both of them, obviously it's the same person's stuff. And, you know, similar condition, just dusty, dingy, you know, good about a broken stuff. There's stuff like, see that clock back there? Cool, you know, it's a really nice mechanical clock, you know, but it's in really rough condition. The wood and everything, like one of the feet's broken off, the little finial's missing. It's just very rough around the edges. But somebody would still buy that and, you know, Project Piece either fix that one up or even maybe take some of the parts and just do a whole different clock with it. Who knows? But that's kind of the deal with this unit. You know, it's the, not really the good, the bad, the ugly. It's the good, the bad, the worse, and the ugly. So there is some good, but, you know, a lot of bad. But some of the stuff that might be, you know, isn't the greatest can still be sold in our dig area, which, you know, basically everything in that area sells for $5 or less, or even at the very end, whatever's left in that area at the end of the week when we do that sale, it gets given away for free just to clear it out of our area, because we keep going down in price. So everything on the day before free day is 25 cents and 50 cents. So it's like, if nobody wants the stuff for 25 cents and 50 cents, you know, let's just get rid of it and move on, get it out of our way, move on, fresh start, all new stuff. Because the stuff, the junk, the little items, they just keep coming in. So you got to find a way to keep it rotating when it comes to that stuff. You don't want to hang on to all the little junk, or you will be drowning in it in this business. The storage auction business, you get so much stuff, you got to move the junk. You got to come up with a system to get it going. And that includes, you're going to have to give some of it away. You're going to have to throw some of it away. But we're going to start digging through, and we will see what we find here. You know, I already showed a few things, but there's going to be some more surprises, because there's some boxes that I did not dig in. And then lots of surprises still to come once we unload the bigger unit. I don't even know the bigger unit. I might not even be able to get to that right now. It might end up being a few days or even a few weeks before I get to that. I'm going to put it in the container out there just so it's not, there's just so much of it, there's not room in here. So it may be a thing where I'll put it in the container and I'm still going through this, and then by the time I go through this, I've bought another unit, a cleaner unit, something a little bit different. I might go through it and just save that stuff, you know, for a rainy day out there. But anyways, that's kind of the deal, what we got going on now with those two, I mean, massive units. I mean, they weren't massive, but there was just so much stuff. A 26-foot truck completely full, and then this one was the 15-foot truck completely full. I could barely close the door. If Ann would have been with me, we wouldn't have made it, because I had to fill the passenger seat up. And there was literally, I was stuffing tiny little stuff. I was having to take stuff like this one item, because there was loose stuff in the unit, and I was shoving it in little bitty holes to get everything in there. So that's the deal. let's see what we're gonna find. Let's dig in. All right, digging through now. This is a cool little patriotic hat there. I think I've already shown this, but it's a cool whiskey jug there. We got the what am I wanting to say? And everything you get, everything's kind of dirty and stuff. This is cool, little cast iron ladle. Look at that. That's pretty neat. Some kind of a skull. And then this little General Motors box right here has, we got an emblem here, a Z28 emblem, brand new. So, a few finds out of the first little bit that I've gone through, and then lots of stuff I've been putting here in the dig. This is kind of neat, but I'm going to put it in the dig. Little ceramic shoe there. Little match dispenser lantern. That's not an old one. It just kind of somewhat looks old at first, but it's a newer lantern. So, and then lots of trash too. All right, this container here will close, but there's some stuff hidden in these clothes here. You can see sticking out all kinds of little I don't know if there's anything good or not. Let's see what kind of McDonald's toy looking thing there. Marilyn Monroe. Little pencil sharpener. There's another pencil sharpener on the train. A couple pencil sharpeners. What is this? It's a made in China little toy there. Here's a little radio flyer. Hot rod, Hot Wheels car. Some odd little stuff. There's more of it. Let's see. Oh my goodness, there's all kinds of stuff. Most of it's just junk, really, but what in the world? Is that supposed to be? I guess it is. What in the world is it? It's a keychain. It's like a baby on a motorcycle. That's interesting. Sunco gas car. Here's a Travis Tritt tour bus. That's funny right there. Look at this poodle. It actually has hair. I thought that was something stuck to it, but it's actual real hair there. So that's a toy from something. Where that was originally from, I don't know. Little whistle there. That's neat. Little bluebird whistle. Another McDonald's kind of toy there. What in the world? Little dog with a handicapped dog. Little brass bell there. Little basket. Just all kinds of little odd stuff. Some of it broken, some of it beat up. These are more, and these other ones, I think it is. I think it's all, yeah, all these pieces of clothing have all this stuff wrapped up in it. It's a cow. It's like just a plastic toy cow. This is a carousel horse. And there's more stuff up underneath. So mostly junk, but that's the story of this unit. Mostly junk, that's for sure. That's kind of cool though. Look at this Bronco XLS. It's a Tootsie toy. What in the world? Dixie Cotton. Is this supposed to be wrapped around it, this plastic? All right, so it's kind of weird. It's a little thing that says Dixie Cotton, and then it winds up and plays music. All right, there's more stuff in there, but most of it is just kind of just junk, even garbage. All right, that unit, I know we didn't show a whole lot of stuff, and actually a whole bunch of the boxes are just in my storage container in the back because that unit was so rough. I mean, very, very rough. So I'm not going to sit there and dig through that and put y'all through, you know, looking through that stuff. Plus, it would be so much footage, and majority of it would be just, you know, just trash. The thing about those, there was a ton of stuff. So there was a very high volume of stuff. So because of the high volume, we'll end up, you know, it won't be a loser because there will be enough stuff mixed in. But there is such a high volume of garbage and junk, but a lot of dig stuff, a lot of stuff we can sell for $1 or $2 that that it's just not worth me sitting there filming all those boxes. And honestly, like I said, I haven't even gone through it all. There's a lot of it that's in the container that I just put there, and I was like, I'll just save that for a rainy day when we don't have much going on. So that's gonna be it for the video. Even though there may be more cool stuff, I feel like I got enough footage and I need to move on and show the other units that we've been getting. But that's it for this one. If y'all like it, give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you haven't already subscribed. If you haven't already, then subscribe to the channel. But this is how a lot of the units are. They're not all pretty, but just because they're not pretty doesn't mean you can't make a few bucks on them and find a few cool things. But y'all have a good one.